All right, YouTube. Look, uh, so this meme here, it has a guy. It says me, and then it has my. It says ex high school classmates, and what it's saying is that he has a PlayStation. He's in the store. He's buying a new PlayStation that's coming out, and his high school classmates are buying diapers and wipes and things for their for their child, obviously. Now look at everything in the picture. All right. All I can see is the PlayStation, baby products. That's it. That's all I see. So when I go to the comment section and I'm seeing stuff like this, and it says you can work both kids and time. It's actually not the one I wanted to see. Uh, why people without babies always hating on our blessings? Don't hate because we can afford both. Uh, I'm gonna be heading out of the store with both and having sex with my wife when I get home. Now, think about that. That was you're playing video games. I'm going to be having sex. And there's this idea that people who play video games don't have sex, right? I don't know the study. I've never seen it, but I would really like for people to actually take on the study and look at how much people who don't play video games and have sex and people who do play video games and have sex. I think there's this common myth about if you play video games when you're an adult, you're like the typical in the basement of your parents' home and blah blah blah. I really think that people need to let that shit the fuck go. All right, because I used to play about a year ago before he ended up moving. This dude we would stream, and he had a wife and he had two kids. But then he stopped once he had a brand newborn, which actually fits this kind of perfectly. He got a newborn. He tried, but he was like, shit, I always got to get up in the middle of it, so he just stopped because he had new responsibility. Um, and that's why that's why I made my comment. This probably there it goes. But I was really just saying when I initially saw this picture, all I saw was okay, people without kids are stress free or they're carefree, and people with kids they typically can't. Their priority isn't to go get a new video game. So when I come to the comment section, I see all these jabs being thrown about don't get mad because y'all think we ain't got money or we can't afford both or shit we can work overtime something like that. To me it looks bad when you say that because of how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as if me, okay, so me and pretty much everybody else who has, of my age and has video games. If you play as much, actually, put it like this. Let me use this example. Right when I over 10 years ago when I first left high school, and I'm still got hoop dreams and whatnot, and I'm at the park, I'm at the gym every day when class is done, trying to get me some runs in for hours and hours until nightfall. I will always think to myself, how the fuck do these when I know a dude has a handful of kids and all this stuff, and it's like, how the fuck either you don't work at all or you do work your day job and then you're here all day, not at home with your kids. That would play in my mind. So I got the same idea with this. When you got people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be buying both of them. It's like, oh, I know I don't know your situations, but again, how much time are you going to be on this $500 console? And that's before you buy games for it. That's before your subscription costs to play online. It, how much time and effort are you putting into this video game? That's what runs through my head. Not you can't afford it. I really don't give a fuck what you can afford. And I don't think the person who made the meme was thinking about that either. Because nowhere in this meme does it talk about money. There was no struggle in this picture about finances at all. The dude with the diaper don't like a bum. There's no. Where do you see a sign of struggle financially here? He buying a big ass box of diapers and wipes and whatever. I think that's a shaver or anything. That don't look shit like a struggle. Again, all I see is responsibility. So why are y'all reacting like this? Is the question. What about your situation makes you go, trying to say I can't afford, watch this, flags, and I get to have sex? Like, projection? Oh, damn. Let's do some more of these before I quit it. I'm getting diapers and a PS5. The fuck you mean? Damn, are those twins? This dude got twins? Hey, if you got twins, I don't know how the fuck you're playing this. I seen the dude before in the gym. He had 3 daughters. I don't know if they were triplets or what. No, they weren't triplets. They were really close in age though. I think they were like 5, 7, and 9. If I'm just guessing their ages. But the whole time we're walking up the hallway to leave out the doors, I'm just hearing his daughters go, Dad, Dad, Daddy, Dad, Dad, Daddy, Dad, 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 Dad. And it's like, answer them so they can shut up. I don't. Who are these people with all this time when you have kids? I couldn't do that. I'm gonna be both of them. Diapers in one hand, PS5 in the other. As a beer drinking dad and with a 6-month-old baby, is it too much to ask for both? It depends on how you prioritize it. You better be walking out the little act of that's his name. I'm waiting for both. Laughing my ass off. I can tell the people who keep commenting with both were trapped with kids at an early age. It's like I'm gonna just enjoy my PS5 in peace. Yo, I was playing with a dude earlier today, and we're right at the end of the game. You know, Pop probably going to win it, trying to win it. Last 2 squads, and the whole time building up to this moment, he's like, "Please don't start crying out, please," because his son was waking up. Please don't start crying out. Please don't start. I don't want that problem. I don't want it. I'm not going to have kids, but if I decide to do it, I kind of want to, I don't want to have that problem. How much y'all think diapers cost? People with no kids have no clue how kids work. We kind of do. That's why 98% of us don't have them. It's almost like people with kids think people without kids really have no options to have the fucking kids. I think the meaning is with kids, you got less time. Fucking thank you. Fucking thank you. Jeez. And he says, nah, I still get sit in. Okay, and again, I don't know how you prioritize it. I don't know. But I've seen it prioritized very, very poorly. I watched a couple before when I was younger just scream. This dude's wife would just like beg him. One time I was playing Madden with this dude, and his wife, they had one son. His wife was like, look, his teachers are coming over. Like, they're on their way. When they come in, turn this off. So it can seem like you have some sort of care about your kid. Turn it off. Right? And so like they had a really small house. So the TV, but a big ass TV though. So the TV was probably like half the room. But the TV, the video game, was in the exact same room as well they were going to talk because it was a small house, which is one of the bigger reasons of where it was like, dude, turn it off when they get here. So they finally get there, and we're in the middle of that game, and I'm just like, and I'm just waiting on him, like, all right, but he did it, and the whole time I'm just like, this is not going to be good. So when they left, there was this big blow up about not turning it off to fucking like attend to your kids' needs, right? And again, understandably so. I don't want that issue. That's not an issue I want. So if I had been in a situation where I have kid or kids, yeah, I kind of understand the meme is like you probably not gonna have the time for that, especially how if they're at their first few years of life. You got to work 8 to 12 hours a day. Unless you're one of those rich people on the internet, you got to work 8 to 12 hours a day. Then you got to get up all the time on the night, regardless of who's getting up to get the kid. You're going to hear it cry, aren't you? So you still got you constantly sleep is constantly interrupted, blah blah blah. And again, who the fuck is who wants this? How is this a flex? Cause that's how people are using it now. Oh nigga, I got both. Yeah. Like who how? How is that a flex? You made your life just difficult. But you're flexing about it? I don't get it. But I'm gonna stop right there. Well, I guess I can read this last one. Why people without babies hating on our I think I read that one already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I did read this one. Hilarious. Most people took the easy way out and got an abortion. But how the fuck did that come up? What the fuck? Definitely hating, mad because nobody wants to have their baby at 30. Um, Again, that's kind of wrong. All right, people who can have kids at 30 and want to do. All right. I didn't know people were hating. I just thought it was funny because we're nerds. I guarantee you she's not a fucking nerd. Why do people do this? Why do people do this? I do goofy stuff, so therefore nerd. Is she cute or is that like the bullshit she puts on? That's why she calls herself a nerd because she likes fucking Star Wars. All right. Trust me, they looking down on us like we made a mistake. A lot of you did. I'm not speaking individually for yourself, but a lot of you did. A lot of you did not plan your babies. You just fuck somebody till a baby happened, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna handle my responsibility. That's a halfway mistake. Not a mistake, but it's a half-ass mistake. Like let's be real here. This and again, that's sidetracking here is a lot of you people who you don't even know what a broken family is because it's so common. The family that's not together by definition. Do you not see how a family not together is a broken family? All right then, you made a fucking mistake. My baby isn't a mistake. Face it. Nah, I like sleep, money, freedom, traveling. Fuck out of here. I think he meant sex right there. He replied, money, traveling. It's obvious you can't afford kids, so yes, it's best not to have them. You are a smart man. Why the sarcasm? Why the sarcasm? Babies obvious. Babies cost. Initially, you gotta nobody likes hand me downs for some reason. I don't know what kind of families you have. If you are dying to have a baby, hopefully you like your family enough where you're willing to accept the hand me downs. I don't understand that idea of no hand me downs, but whatever. But new clothes, that never stops. New clothes, the crib initially, then you got to upgrade to the regular size bed, the traveling back and forth to school, after school events, pay for money for on the field trips, uh, just all the shit, sports if they're into it. art, so they're into it. All of that, that shit costs. So if it's like, yo, I don't want to have that expense. Why are you? Why are you? What's the shame in that? And let's be real. You don't need this ridiculous amount of money to take care of a kid. Now, the more money, the more comfortable. But you can figure out prioritize your life to figure out how you're going to raise your kid. Let me reword that because I know you're going to say you just contradict yourself. I fucking didn't change the context. Let me try to make that the context fit where you get it. Where you're not going to get it, but I want to clarify anyway. Um, so let's start over. Yes, kids are expensive. They cost, right? Now, different context. If you decide to have kids, like make the actual decision, you don't need to be a six-figure earner or a high earner to um, have the kid and take care of the kid. It's just the more money, the more comfortable. So let's say you make, I think the average like 53,000. So let's say you make the average, right? You make sure that you have uh, your car paid off. You make sure you have uh, let's say low cost to no cost childcare, meaning you know someone in the family that does all the babysitting for everybody, and you go to that person's relatively low cost, right? You already get yourself into the habit of having home cooked meals, blah blah blah. You should get my point by fucking now. So yeah. Then he says check his profile, obviously can. Then he says, when you speak on money, it makes me think you can't. But good for you. Don't wait too long, bro. Your little soul's gonna what the fuck? What? They're not gonna dry up. What are you talking about? Men in good health shoot seed until they die. What are you talking about? I see some miserable 40 and up Euros without kids. Life gets lonely when you get old. Only your kids will visit you when you get in your 60s and up. That's if all the family around you dies. But you can always still get a partner at 60. Like, I mean, you can have a partner at 60. Like, you can meet someone, grow old, not have kids, and still have each other unless somebody dies. Do you understand that? And if you only your kids visit you, you suck as a person if no one else will visit you. Like if you have no cousins, uh, unless you're the only child, no friends, you suck as a person if only your kids visit you. Because it sounds like they're only going to do that out of obligation. If only your kid visit you, that sounds like what that is. So you're shitting on yourself with that comment. And see, miserable people 40 up with no kids. Well, think about that. If they're miserable at 40, maybe it isn't the kids. Maybe it's their life in general. So even if that person had kids, it doesn't mean they were raising them in a way in which those kids would want to come around them because they're miserable. There are a lot of people who are 40 and up that had kids and were shitty to them and are still miserable because their kids don't fucking like them. And the kids either tell them, show them, or they don't visit. Bad example. Horrible example. Not everyone can, to be honest. Babies are expensive, and I'd rather put that money toward the baby and bills than toward the PS5. Huh? I can't tell if he's pro kid or not. That was weird. Sorry, everyone. We have an English teacher, okay? I just hate having all my money to myself. You should be selfish at your age. You too young to worry about babies. Get the husband first. But that I hate this statement. This is the last thing, and I'm done. But I hate this statement. You should be selfish at your age. Why? Why? I don't understand. Do people not know? And this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but do people not know that what you practice, you ultimately just are that? You don't understand that? You can't practice being selfish from the ages of 18 till 30 or in a lot of cases 40. And it's like, oh, well, now I'm going to not be selfish. Your habits are your habits. Why the fuck would you put a baby in a position to where you got to battle your old habits and try to get over that and care for this baby? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And how fucking old is this person for him to be saying that? Because you said don't wait too long, right? But then you're going to turn around and tell her you can be selfish right now. Well, what's the good age to have the kid? You tell me. What's the good age? What is 20? She's not a teenager. She might have a young face, but she's not a what the fuck? Filters, bro. I fucking hate filters. I can't tell how old she is now. Some pictures she look 16, some pictures she look 20. Anyway, but that's all I have with this. Be right, not baby written. I'm out.